Hey, you don't look confident, Bo. You don't look confident when you're doing that. You don't look confident.
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar, sponsored by ChiefsBlitz.com, presented by UnderdogFantasy.com. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense
He got
Todd.
the winning Super Bowl touchdown.
Okay, got a catch. Anybody could have made that catch.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State.
You did it, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Guys, y'all got it. Comic. Guys, y'all.
I don't know what the trade details are. Hold on.
Boom!
They got Worthy.
Xavier Worthy.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 11 months since the Chiefs won the Super Bowl, and it's gone by so fast.
Oh, it's time to piss straight off. Pull up a picture of 81. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Here we go. Here we go.
Rashad Smith.
There it is. The Chiefs have done their perfect draft.
Dre's gone. I don't know where he's gone.
Yo, welcome to the show. It's a Chiefs Blitz night. Breaking down the plays, keeping everything tight. From Mahomes to the defense, we give you the scoop. Real talk, real stats, we the ultimate truth.
Distracted about the message I was reading in there. So hold on.
There we go.
Hey, let's go. A still picture. Let's go to the moving pictures. There we go. That's right.
Oh, man.
I was so happy to Twitter. Lou said something and I thought of something. I was looking to try to figure
Yeah, it
something.
just looks like Facebook and YouTube across the top, and I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
All good. All right. Welcome to the next edition of the Chiefs Blitz podcast. I'm your host, Nick Athan, with Mr. Hense Todd, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Coach Andre Tillman.
What's that?
Gentlemen, it is, I guess it's not really a Red Friday since the Chiefs do not play this weekend. And we're going to talk a lot about the AFC, in particular, that horrible game we witnessed last night with the Broncos and the Raiders. Oof, that was ugly. But before we get started, let's talk about our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy.
Football is back.
Underdog Fantasy. All right. We make it pretty easy around here at the Chiefs Blitz podcast. Just hit the QR code on the right. Make sure you put the promo code Chiefs Blitz in. You can play their pick'em game, go higher or lower. You get to win money on sports. I mean, what greater thing is that? And you win up to 1,000 times your money. So if you join between now and the end of this year using the Chiefs Blitz codes, and we get to 100 people, that's 100 new people have signed up through the Chiefs Blitz Underdog portal. We're going to be donating a very, very special prize, a special prize that has extreme value. As soon as Hans pulls up the picture, there it is. This is a Super Bowl IV signed football with Johnny Robinson, Emmett Thomas, Len Dawson, Willie Lanier, Bobby Bell. Comes with a case, comes with free shipping. And this is your opportunity. I'm not giving anybody any updates on how many numbers we have or how close we are or how far away we are. We need to get to the big magic number of 100. I'll say we got some work to do. That's all I'm going to say. So if you can do that, this is going to be a prize that's certainly worth the $50. You play 5, you get 50. It's pretty great. It's pretty simple to do. Play the quarterbacks. That's the best high-low game you can play. And it's close to the 50-50 mark as you can get when it comes to playing this game, doing the higher pick'em. So there you go. That's what we got.
Give the running backs a little love too. Man. Come on, play the running backs.
Yes, if you played the under last
your favorite receiver, your favorite tight end.
I just think my experience,
and
success is the quarterbacks. It's just throwing out my opinion for what it's worth.
Play with them all, gang. It's a good way. It's a good way to watch football. And again, your name will go into a drawing for that ball. That's incentive enough for me. So let's go.
All right, there it is. Again, there aren't many. We've lost Lenny, and my childhood hero. And we're gonna have an update on the Chiefs Blitz shop also next week.
When we talk about securities or memorabilia or whatever, the biggest thing in that game is scarcity.
Yeah.
In other words, there aren't many of those balls with those signatures around.
Yep.
It is a very valuable piece. So, like I said, if not for any other reason, just get your name in the hat for the damn ball. Let's go.
There you go.
Good reason, man. Also, the stadium news and stuff that's out there. Well, go ahead and give us an update on that.
I'll give you an update. I did speak to a couple people today, but this morning, do you have the quote from Pete Mundo, the link? Okay, so no. Pete Mundo over at 96 KCMO Talk, I think it is, put out there that the Chiefs have engaged in several architectural firms who are putting together their designs for a Kansas City, Kansas dome stadium. Seating capacity will be reduced from 77,000 to 65,000. Be a lot of suites, be a lot of end zone seating. There's going to be a lot of amenities. That's right. They are going to narrow it down to the two. Now, I'm assuming Populous, who did the renovation for Arrowhead, is going to get it done. But the Chiefs hired a firm, I think about 2 weeks ago, and it was close to $1 million in fees for them to do the feasibility study and to engage in the architects.
Can I make one request?
Sure.
Translucent ceiling.
Okay, yeah, it is going to be
with the big words.
It's going to be a dome stadium.
Big words, man.
I want to be able to see the sky.
There are two things to keep in mind. One, it'll be a dome, and two, it'll be retractable grass field. Okay. So they'll be able to grow the grass on the outside, do what they need to do, wheel in. Very similar to what the Los Angeles
Arizona Cardinals
have it.
You don't want that field.
That field not ahead of my team's field. So
that field's trash.
Just to
put my team's field, it's structured nicely.
That doesn't mean the Chiefs are moving to Kansas City, Kansas, but signs are once again pointing that direction because, in my opinion, this is what I believe.
They want to be prepared, though, right?
You got to be either two things are going to happen.
They ain't going nowhere, so don't waste your breath, Nick.
Shush.
From what I heard,
put yourself in jail.
I think
there are only
Hense
two.
Is now going to invoke the name Gracie Hunt and just squash
There's only two scenarios left for the Chiefs. Number one, they build a new dome stadium in Kansas, Kansas, or two, they build a new dome stadium in the parking lot of Truman Sports Complex. That will be done simultaneously and not be affected by when the Royals leave. The Royals are an absolute cluster F mess. They have no place to go. They don't have enough support in 3 locations. The Chiefs are not waiting around anymore. I think ultimately the Chiefs are going to make their announcement before the Royals do. The Royals have completely botched all these negotiations, and the Chiefs are fed up. So I can say this.
Any chance the Royals just beat feet and go play somewhere else?
I mean, Nashville's the only place they could go. I don't think Sherman would leave them. But listen, the Washington Park downtown, it's probably the default locations right now. North Kansas City, that North Kansas City design is really good. It's cool. It makes a lot of sense. But the taxpayers, there's not enough of a tax base to cover the excess cost. And it doesn't look like Overland Park wants the Royals in Johnson County because of the infrastructure cost it would take to revamp Knoll, maybe build a direct access off Lamar to 435. It's a nightmare. And I don't think they're going to put that money up. So I know Hense believes strongly that they're going to go stay in Missouri. I'm not going to disagree because now that the talk is not to renovate Arrowhead, which would be a big mistake because that concrete's only going to last so long. If they're willing to build a new stadium, probably on the lower tier parking lot, and build a dome, and then they can build the infrastructure, they can add shops, maybe add a casino. Maybe the old Adams Mark Hotel becomes a casino, and they have a tram that goes back and forth. I don't know what the deal is. I know this: if the Chiefs want to maximize their money, they're going to go to Kansas because they can have a casino, they can have a new training facility, they can have shops. If they go to Missouri, it's going to be more difficult to build on that Truman Sports Complex land because you're going to be eliminating a lot of parking spots. And there's going to be a lot of parking spots eliminated. Would you stop? Would you grow up?
If
Okay.
Well, if they go to 60,
Go ahead, Nick.
if they go to 65,000 in the Kansas design, is the plan also the same staying in Missouri? If they did a renovate or a new stadium, they would also reduce the number of seats.
I think I do, because they can't repeat the sight lines and build 78,000 seat stadium. They can't do it and put a dome on top of it. So because of the dome, they're going to be sacrificing seating.
Right.
You know, if anybody's been to the top levels of Arrowhead, you're basically looking straight down, and that's not, in my opinion, it's not safe. But you know, what they're going to do is, with the dome now, the two additional revenue streams are going to come from this. Number one, the suite prices are going to triple or quadruple. The corporate sponsorship money is going to triple or quadruple. The naming rights is going to triple or quadruple. So I mean, all these things, when you look at what the costs are, and then personal seat licensing. Right. That you're going to have to get the top facility.
So just like any these other places in other cities where they've done this, it is also, beyond reducing the number of seats, it's also going to kind of shrink the population that is able to afford being a season ticket holder, being a full-time fan, so all these different things. So the money is gonna flow and all that stuff, but again, I don't know if it's enough of an outcry or enough fans would be so pissed off that they're just going for the money.
Man, I'm with all the smoke, man. Get a new stadium, man. Let's get
you
to
gotta
it.
get
The
it.
Chiefs earned it. The Chiefs earned it. Let's go. Man.
You got to get a new stadium, and 60 and every single ticket sold in that stadium is going to be a season ticket. There aren't going to be single game tickets. They're going to be counting.
Well, that's the point. Is that's going to shrink down. Now again, there'll be plenty of people. They'll still have the place sold out, but you're going to have some people that maybe
traditional
were
fans,
season ticket holders before that just like, hey, we can't.
The money from a Super Bowl, the money from a Final Four is going to outweigh anything they can generate.
There you go.
The Chiefs going to keep all that revenue to themselves. In the deal with Kansas, they don't have to share anything. In fact, to my understanding, they're getting the land for virtually free. So Missouri, it's a complicated process.
In this world is free. Nothing in this world is free.
Not in New York and not in Kansas City.
Man, give them boys what they earned. Patrick Mahomes, they earned it. New stadium. We got a new haircut, guys. We know it. I know all y'all traditional fans hate it. I love it. It's time to upgrade and get busy. We got to bring the City, Kansas.
He'll be retired by the time that stadium built.
No,
but other than that, he's what? Because they still got the contract up to what? 2030?
No, that's gonna all change. That's it.
Other than that, man, I heard the Red Jackets are not happy with that. They want to stay put. So there's a lot of red.
Missouri's gonna have to step up their game.
They had a meeting last week, the Red Jackets, and they standing firm. They want to stay at Arrowhead.
Well, and that's fine. I'm sure they do. But just like any of these other places that you've seen, San Diego gets the shaft. The Cleveland got the shaft for a number of years before they had to come back as an expansion team. The Colts. People in Baltimore, I think to this day, are still pissed at the Irsay family for picking up and leaving.
Sure they are.
So, you're always going to have some ties to the past that are just like, so sorry.
So, but with that said,
all right.
And, I know Luke calls me Forrest Gump, but I stumbled across something yesterday. That is out there now. If you go out there to watch it, listen to it, stumble across Crystal Shields, the GWOK, triple gold medalist, the best woman fighter, probably better than Muhammad Ali.
No. She's a hater.
Hey, thank you for thank you for inviting me in. Thank you for everything, and thank you for setting up an interview. So with that said,
there you go.
So in terms of that, isn't Sydney Sweeney's playing a fighter in a movie that's coming out soon? She won just about everything, I guess, at some point. But I don't know enough about women's boxing. But That's an absolute great get for Forrest Hense here. Like I said yesterday, 90% of life is showing up and then knowing when to raise your hand. So
she was the real deal, man.
Way to go, Hense.
She cool. She all right. She cool.
But with that said, we got Factor Cap coming up. What you have for us, Luke?
All right, gang. It is Friday. A little bit disjointed this week. I don't think
a little different.
I'm trying to figure out where the hell I am. You know, we haven't seen you since I haven't seen you all since last Friday. Ooh. In fact, this is Fact or Cap, the second best game on YouTube. Look it up, Google it, and also let the good folks at Google know that we want ESPN back. What are you doing? Let's just make this happen.
Not happening.
Killing us. Okay, so a little bit different twist on Factor Cap this week. So I'm going to read off a list of 3, 4, 5, 6 players, skill position, the half-season All-Pro list. I'll give you the position and the name, and you tell me, is it a fact or cap? So let's start right at the top with the All-Pro quarterback for the half season, Matthew Stafford. Fact or cap? Hensley.
I have to go with that's a I say fact because he's been playing ball. He's been playing keeping his team afloat. And he got injuries around his receiver core, and he still finds ways to get it done. So I have to say that'll be a fact on my end.
Nick.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I disagree with Hense a lot, but on this one, I'm going the same direction. Absolutely, I think he's playing great football. Again, he's had to deal with a lot of things. You look at his age, you look at the as Hense said, the injuries. I'm going fact.
I'm going fact all day. The man came close to going to the Super Bowl, man. The man is legit. The man's elite, man. Like, you can't take nothing away from him, man, because like I said, he plays at a high level every game, man. They're always in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna say definitely. Fact.
Because of maybe some of the other guys that have played in his era, he may go down as the most underrated quarterback of this era, because I guess he did spend a lot of his career in Detroit and they were horrible. But, he was still putting up numbers. He and Calvin Johnson, whoever they trotted in there. But Coach will appreciate this. 268 yards per game, he leads. 21 total touchdowns, he leads. 2 interceptions, but most importantly, he's got his team at 6-2 and poised for the playoffs. And other guys have done this. I mean, other names you could have mentioned in here is certainly Sam Darnold. I mean, that's another story that is just kind of under-publicized right now. Danny Dimes' name probably would be thrown in there. I mean, Patrick, you're always going to have there because overall he's the best. But just at this point, we're going with Matt Stafford. Okay, let's look at the running back. This should be a no-brainer, but we're going to throw it out there anyway. Jonathan Taylor. I don't think I have to say anything else. Fact or cap? Hensley.
To say that's a fact. He's playing ball. He's looking like he's looking like he could be running for MVP. But it goes to the quarterbacks. I think that rule should be changed. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of other guys out there that's playing ball as well, wide receivers. Like last year,
it's not a rule, Hans. It's just kind
of
it's
always goes to the quarterbacks. But last year it should have been Jamar Chase.
I just wanted to clarify that. You can vote for whoever you want. I mean, whoever the voters are.
The quarterback always winning. So if you look at Josh Allen that won it last year, will you say Jamar Chase should have won it last year over him? You know what I mean? He had the triple crown. You know what I mean? So I think he
probably would have gone Saquon over him, but not. Yeah. But I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, it has become a quarterback award for sure. I mean, Adrian Peterson was the last one.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, fact. I mean, the way that they do this now is, they also now have created the AFC and the NFC Player of the Year to kind of offset, some of these discrepancies by vote for the MVP.
I think it's just offensive player of the year.
The offensive player of the year. So I'm going to go fact. I mean, he's the best. He's one of the 3 best players in the National Football League right now.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with fact, man. Taylor has been playing lights out this year, man. Got them Colts playing good ball. The offense is very potent, man. So I'm gonna definitely agree. I'm going with fact.
Yeah, no question. I mean, he's on pace for like, I don't know, 26 or 27 touchdowns. He leads in rush yards. The last game, he didn't get as many carries against the Steelers. They were behind, throwing the ball way too much of the second half. But he's on pace to really tear this thing up. So, yeah, JT for sure. All right, so next we have 3 receivers. I'll go one by one. Well, no, I'll do all 3, and then if you want to change 1 or 2, you can kind of give your candidates, if you would. So it's going to be Jamar Chase, Puka, and JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. Chase, Puka, JSN. Fact or cap? Hensley.
What was the question of fact about fact or cap again? What was the statement about it? What was the question about the 3 wide receivers?
They all pro.
Are those the 3? Are those the 3 that you have as all pros halfway through, or is there somebody you take off and somebody else you'd put in?
I'll take off Chase because he's been inconsistent, and also I will put in his replacement. You got to put the golden jacket kid. He came back in here. He leads the, he came from like 6 game suspension, coming in here, leading the team in touchdowns and yardage. So he got to be, up there. He got to be, the season just started for him, and he's leading the team in touchdowns. So I've argued, take out Chase, put in the true number 1 wide receiver, and that's number 4, Rashid Rice.
Chase inconsistently catching the ball 76 times, leading the NFL. But yeah.
One minute he's good, 1 minute he's not.
Oh man, hey, man.
Their team's just not very. I hear what you're saying. Okay, Nick.
No, Rashid Rice is not one of the top 3. I'm sorry. Get
He has an incomplete. He's only played 2 games, 3 games.
My God, give me a break. Let's see what he does against Denver. That'll tell me. I can't argue with those 3 guys. They're the 3 best receivers in the NFL right now. And Chase, we're playing with a 40, 50-year-old quarterback. I think he's done a pretty good job and doing stuff. And T. Higgins is having a good year too. So despite all their issues, but that kid right there, he's just phenomenal.
Well, listen, I'm gonna go with the Avengers. T. Higgins and Chase, and I'm gonna go with Jackson. Those are my 3. I'm gonna take out Nuka Puka because he been banged up. He's been inconsistently banged up. You know what I'm saying? He's good, but I'm gonna go with the Avengers, and I'm gonna go with Jackson Smith and Jigba, man.
So who is? Oh, so you're gonna throw in T. Higgins and take Puka.
You know the Avengers.
All right. Again, I know you're a stat. I know you're a stat guy. 61 receptions, 711 yards, which gives him 2nd and 4th in the NFL currently, and he's missed 2 games. Puka. So, anyway, yeah, I can't argue with any of these guys. It's just and JSN again. He kind of took a back seat when he was at Ohio State because of the guys playing ahead of him, Garrett Wilson and some of the others. But then he goes out in that Rose Bowl and just puts on a freaking show. And it's like kind of Mecca Buka was last year for Ohio State. They are anywhere else in the country they'd be the number 1 receiver hands down. But both guys were kind of deferent to the guy that ultimately was number 1, Garrett Wilson for JSN, and Marvin Harrison for Ibuka, but both those guys are just outstanding. And then finally at tight end, this guy's just been a revelation. It looked like he was kind of coming on last season. Young dude. I just hate the fact that he's out for the year, but for these first 7 or 8 games that he played, Tucker freaking Kraft, my goodness, your half-season all-pro tight end. Fact or cap? Hensley.
I would say that's a cap. Even though he's out, I feel like the kid played very well for the Packers. I feel I have to still throw it up there to right now to what's his name for the Cardinals. I keep on forgetting his name. The guy from the Cardinals.
Trey McBride.
Traquan.
Come on, Traquan.
Is a better tight end?
Yeah, I have to go with.
Well, wait. We're not saying who's better. Who's first team All Pro for the first half season?
Oh, it's simple.
Yeah, that's why I go with. That's why
You're saying Trey McBride. Nick?
Yeah.
I am saying Travis Kelce. I think he's the best tight end in the NFL this year. I think Warren comes in number 2. I think Travis has exceeded expectations.
I'm not being a Chiefs fan.
I just think that his demise has been overly exaggerated.
That could all that stuff is true, but you still believe he's played better than even the 2 young guys. Tyler Warren might.
I think for his age, everything they've gone through in this offense for the first 9 games, his consistency has been there every single game. I think Travis Kelce right now, for 2025
and a half,
is having a resurgent year. I think he's the best tight end.
Q-tip.
I think he's the best overall tight end, catching, blocking, making plays.
Now you see why these people come in and say this is a Homer show. Well, this is a Homer show, damn it.
No,
so
I
if
really
you want to
believe
come
that.
in,
I didn't
you're
know the
welcome to
question
come
in
in,
advance.
but don't call us Homers, damn it. Just listen to Nick.
No,
Coach, what do you got?
Man, I'm gonna go with I think Kraft to me is an all pro this year. Like he playing in a high level. Hense Todd, Trey McBride has been playing at a high level, and Ty Warren, man, like it's some good. The tight end class is deep this year. You know what I'm saying? But Kraft, absolutely all pro. Absolutely.
Yeah. Kudos to Travis. We've said it earlier. I said it earlier on other shows when he's exceeded expectations. He could certainly be MVP or of this team so far this year offensively. Even that's a stretch. But if you watch Tucker Kraft play, this is like George Kittle when he his second or third year. And I'm not even joking. I mean, he's punishing people in the run game. 32 catches, nearly 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, 15.3 yards. I mean, these are wide receiver type numbers. If you saw the game against Pittsburgh, I mean, he single-handedly took that game over. So I don't think there's any question. Tucker Kraft, this is almost as unanimous as JT at running back for me. So there you have it, folks. There's your all skills,
controversial,
all pro half season. Okay, so number 2, there we go. You guys talked about it on the trade deadline special, I'm sure. It's been all over every show that Kansas City does. I get it, but I'm throwing it out there anyway. Holy crap, Frank is back. Opa! Let's go, Frank. All right, so reportedly, Veach, the one deal that that everybody seemed to focus on, and I'm sure he was involved in some others, reportedly offered a 4th-round pick for Breece Hall and the New York Jets. Jets wanted a 3. Veach, as many people said, he wasn't going to overspend for anybody or anything. Hey, if I can make this deal, great. If not, peace be with you. Go about your business. But the statement is this, because so many people feel this way, that he failed the organization by not making a move. Fact or cap? Hensley. I'm
gonna say fact, because that is a next question that's coming up that's in the main show. That's the first question.
No. Stop talking. Don't say we're not saying Maine. We're not saying the real. We're not saying. Just give us your response, Hense.
I say fact.
Okay.
That's all right. Go ahead, Nick.
I'm going to say cap because the offer wasn't. The request from the Jets was not a 3rd-round pick. I know this to be 99.9% true. It was a number 2 this year.
It's Ivory Soap. That's Ivory Soap.
6th-round pick in 2027. They were never going to trade him for less than a 2nd round. I don't care what anybody says. All that BS it was reporting about the 3rd-round pick If one reporter said he's off the table, and then it's the 3rd round pick, and then everybody else chimed in. I know this for a fact, Hense. You can't dispute me on this one. You may not like my stadium views, but I can tell you right now, Bud Beach was not giving up a number 2.
I dispute that, sir.
He was not going to give up a number 2, and that's the fact.
I'm going to go
Coach.
Cap. I'm not blaming Brett Beach for not
Cap.
getting a guy who's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
Go ahead, Luke.
Cap.
Did Coach say something?
I did.
Okay, and that's it.
That's it.
You got nothing else.
You don't
Okay.
want to steal my thunder.
So
I'm waiting for the other part of the show.
why?
Who knows?
Why you pit? Why?
I don't want
Did
to
I give
explain
something?
myself right now. I'm gonna wait till I
Did I pee in your drink or something? What are we doing?
I'm gonna go Cap because I told everybody. Like, to me, he wasn't worth no 3rd, man. He wasn't worth no damn 3rd.
Wasn't worth a 2nd either.
It wasn't worth it. He's an injury prone guy. They don't even need him.
All right, Lou, let us bail us out here.
Yeah. So, I've heard, other things throughout the course of the week of this team stood pat and they really, they like the guys that they have or whatever. Every single GM of a contending team was out there trying to do something, right? I mean, it would be malpractice if they didn't. Now, some deals get done. Not every deal get, and then if you've got like 3 or 4 teams in on a particular person and they don't get them because some other team gets them,
right?
How can you say that guy failed? Now, they decided to keep Breece Hall. I guarantee you that the Jets had no intention of trading Sauce Gardner that close to the trade deadline, but the Colts came in and blew them away with an offer.
Yep.
So now all of a sudden, if that happens and Breece Hall and Veach says, well, a 2nd and a 6th next year, you would have had as many people up in arms saying, what the F is this guy doing? What, you're giving away the farm, yada, 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 yada. So the bottom line is this. I never expected him. I mean, one, if he made the deal, it was going to be on his terms.
Yep.
Right? This is what, just like I'm sure Clark Hunt gives him a budget at the beginning of the year. This is how much we're spending, right? We're not going to, like, all of a sudden, if somebody becomes available, unless it's some generational thing and you can make a case and talk him into it. Yeah, if you can, and Clark might say to him, yeah, if you can make it happen within the amount of budget we've given you, sure, go ahead. So anyway, I'm not gonna hold him responsible for not making any moves, because the other thing is too, with fans, they almost take it as like a game. They zero in, like a game day. They zero in on a player. Oh my God, we didn't get him. We lost the game. We're done. Forget it.
Yeah.
Again, it's a long season. This general manager is tasked with keeping them competitive for years and years and years. So
yeah,
let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's see what happens. Yes, it would have been nice to have him. I wanted him. I came right out and said he would be more important to the team than anybody else.
I can tell your passion for the kid. I can tell your passion.
That's where
you like Breece Hall.
Right.
I feel it.
Yes. Okay, good.
All right.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
All right. So hence, I'm not even going to say anything on this one. You know what picture to put up. Go ahead.
More.
So we got.
Go ahead and put up the picture.
So we got.
No, that's not the picture.
What picture you talking about? I don't know what picture you talking about.
Okay, just put the camera on Coach. We'll let the cat out of the bag here. Just give him the single. All right. So earlier this week, Coach had kind of proposed that the Cardinals were playing much better with Jacoby Brissett behind the center. And the idea was, it sounded like Kyler was ready to come back, and Coach, Arizona Cardinal fan, was thinking, wait a second, do we really need to put the $200 million quarterback back in? Jacoby's playing better. What are we doing? So the statement is this. Now that Jacoby was named the starter before they put Kyler on injured reserve, Kyler Murray will never take another snap as an Arizona Cardinal. Fact or cap?
That would be big fact.
Coach, Nobody else gets a word on this.
Big fact.
Take the floor.
Big fact, man. If you look at his percentages, man, his delivery, he's out throwing Kyler Murray. We have a higher percentage on third down. He stayed poised in the pocket, man. He's wait for the routes to develop, ladies and gentlemen. He don't panic. And his offense is playing so efficient, man. Guys, it's like this. Kyler Murray is not starting. Why? And I never said this. I believe with Jacoby Brissett, we are a playoff team. We are a playoff team with Jacoby Brissett.
So would you say this isn't saying that Jacoby Brissett is this superstar? It's just that even Jacoby Brissett can make them function offensively.
Exactly. And if you look at his game
Kyler
against Green Bay and against right now, like the last against Dallas. Now everybody be giving me slack talking about Dallas this, Dallas that. I said, look at the games before that. He stays in the pocket. He delivered. Man. I mean, the confidence is there, man. You know what I'm saying? Under Kyler Murray, he panics. He runs around. That's not efficient football, right? How many passes with Kyler Murray, the ball been knocked down at the line, right? Like, come on, he's too small. The ball hit him in his head, man. He went forward, and he's hurt. Who does that shit? That don't even make sense. He's not prone. He's not built to play quarterback, man. He's not.
So a lifetime functional backup quarterback makes the Cardinals a better team than the overall number one pick and the guy that's getting paid all this money. Serious issues in Arizona. It really looks like they're moving on. The suspicious, hey, he may have a role against Dallas, and then 3 days later he's on IR.
He'll be a Las Vegas Raider next year.
Ugly.
But honestly, guys, the cat's out the bag. Like, let this be an example with short quarterbacks. They don't work well now.
Dude, what? Dude, I've been saying that for 3 years, and
that's what I'm saying. But if you look at from my team, man, looking at them, it doesn't work.
All right, guys.
All right, we got the facts.
Yeah, they typically. It's
move it on.
Statistical
welcome,
anomalies.
You're welcome.
You got Drew Brees. He just kind of breaks that whole myth, but he's the only one really.
All right, let's get to the centerpiece of the show. Are the Chiefs?
Damn it! Now we're throwing in centerpiece.
It's the Chiefs.
What did I do? What
I don't know, Lou.
You didn't do anything, man. You did a great job with Factor Cap.
Patience is everything, ladies and gentlemen.
Is the Chiefs' reign over?
Well, we don't know. So go ahead, Lou. I was going to ask this question, but
we talked about this a little bit, right? So did Brett make a critical mistake? That's all right by not acquiring an offense or defense weapon, at the trade deadline. And I'll just stand on what I said before. I'm sure he made inquiries. I'm sure he isolated guys that they liked. They just didn't get them. And some teams really made some splash moves. We'll see, what it means for them. And I think some teams, I don't want to say desperation, but the fact that most of these teams making these deals haven't won anything lately. So it's like, hey, we have a chance.
They went all in.
Go all in. Where
the Cowboys went all in.
Where the Chiefs are kind of like, you know what? I mean, we're pretty damn good. It would be nice to get this guy, but we're not going to overpay. So,
yeah. Well, the fans didn't like that. So go ahead, Nick.
According to Jacob, Brett Veach, the guy who traded third for Tony, but won't trade a third for Brees Hall. Again, third was not on the table for a 14-week rental when this upcoming draft class is weak. Now, it is a very weak running back class unless the Chiefs are picking mid-first round. Again, Brett Veach released Pinnell.
Subjective as hell, and it's never a weak class.
Well, you know what I mean. As it looks at the
bullshit
hold
thing
on.
to say, Jacob.
Come on,
Jacob, you're better than that.
Drafted the fastest wide receiver who ran a combine only to have him run jet sweeps and be horizontal screens. How about some plays for you, Rice, and have Worthy go deep? I mean, yeah, we can complain about the offense. It just wasn't very good. Hammy takes. I like that better. We need to have a conversation about Brett Veach. He's living on a reputation of 2002 at this rate and has single-handedly caused the Chiefs roster to deteriorate in front of our eyes. He has failed years after years with construction method. I mean, Hammy takes, that's just a BS statement. That's just not right. Okay, Mark Grinnell's. I think Brett Veach's conversation is fascinating because this franchise has experienced unprecedented success. Patrick Mahomes gets majority of the credit, but Veach advocated for him, stood on the table, refused to say no, and forced John Dorsey to make the trade along with Andy Reid. Veach rebuilt the defense, the offensive line, and now the wide receiver room. However, I think he's become too arrogant when it comes to drafting, which isn't perfect, and no one is. At the end of the day, Veach is a really good GM, but it definitely has flaws. They should have made a move today. I disagree with that too. With the Chiefs not making any sort of move for a defensive line help or running back shows they're content with being average. They're not an average team. They're still one of the best. Mahomes is an all-time great, but without a run game. Defenses will key on the pass game. Love my Chiefs, but this trade deadline hurt. All right, tell me you don't have any more of these. All right, one more. No trade acquisitions for the Chiefs shows how much the front office doesn't care about the season. Still no pass rush and no running back one.
Right.
I mean, you guys.
Damn the running back.
All you did was put up 4 negative posts that said the basic same thing.
Yeah.
These guys wanted their 5 minutes.
I wonder.
I don't know 5 minutes of fame. We still got to thank the Chiefs Blitz fans for putting it out there. We love all your
we do.
But I wonder when these fans put up those types of posts, do they read them again before they send them out, or do you kind of look at it and say, does this even make sense?
No,
you got to look at it in all ways, man, because you know what I mean, that we see that the team had weakness, as you know, some journalists, some fans, and some in some NFL teams like the Bills.
Every team has weaknesses. Yeah.
But again, the Philadelphia Eagles, they see their weakness, they're gonna attack it, they go fix it, they try to go get it, they try, and I know we got 5 picks, and a lot of fans was upset, and Nick said it was a second, and I confirmed from the source's mouth himself, it was a 3rd round pick that he was getting asked for. But other than that, man, I think other than, did he make a mistake? That D line need to be fixed. Exactly. I've been saying this. How
are they going to pay for it? Hence, where's the money going to come from?
They did draft 2 defensive linemen this past draft.
But the Seahawks, when I was playing the Seahawks, I said, well, if they go into the season like this with Turlery and everybody else, it's going to be a problem. And it's been a problem. Hold on. Let the young men speak. Just like Lou, that's what he said. Let the old man speak. Let the young man speak. But hey, I'm just saying, man. Hey, other than that, man, I feel like it's a problem. Like Lou always give a shout out to the Philadelphia, Eagles on GM. He does he does a killer's job, right. and he showed that hey, we the reigning champs. We still gonna go out here act as a reigning champs. We're not gonna have no weakness on our line. I don't care if I drafted somebody at that position. I don't care if I got somebody paid fully at that position. I'm still going out there and make my team more compatible and more.
The difference is in turn Howie had a hell of a lot more ammunition to work with. I mean, they had stockpiled. They traded their 3rd round pick. Part of the Jalen Phillips, they have 2 other 3rd round picks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got plenty of picks. So from that perspective, maybe you can say that, maybe Veach hasn't manipulated the draft enough to stockpile a bunch of picks. But by the same token, the needs that they have and how they build their team is a little bit different than the way the Chiefs have. He also has the advantage of like 3 or 4 all pros on his offensive line.
Yeah.
Right now they've interchanged a couple of parts, but the defensive line, it's almost like a revolving door. Right. I mean, the guy, they lost a couple of guys last year. They had a couple of guys to backfill. So again, it 2 different schools of thought, and he does a great job. And I'm not saying
building the ultimate roster, building depth, and it's
about that D line, man. It's about that D line, bro. It was nothing else because, like I said, Kareem Hunt playing efficient football for the Kansas City Chiefs on 3rd downs, man. He always makes the plays, guys. I'm not saying like the Chiefs really don't need a running back, but listen, let's be frank. Whenever Andrew really had a premier running back, the Chiefs still won Super Bowls without that guy at running back.
Right.
So why are we talking about Breece Hall and injury-prone guys? The offense
no. This is just in general, not specifically Breece Hall.
Like,
just
it's
the fact
it's still good.
Did he make a critical mistake? And also the idea is that he may have turned something down or something, or he just decided I'm not doing this.
You should acquire a defensive guy, man.
Or the other piece is how many of these guys were available? Now, Quinnen Williams became available, but you saw what Dallas had to give up to get him. There was no way that the Chiefs had that kind of ammunition to go after him. And on top of that, he makes almost as much as Chris Jones.
Yeah, you make my point. Here's the problem. This is why Brett Veach didn't make a trade. Cap space. $3.1 million is on the books. They converted 25,000 of Patrick Mahomes' $28,000.
But hey, the fans got to excuse it. If you give up a third round pick for Tony, you can give it up,
dude. You're talking about a completely different year. You can't. Hold on. No, seriously, just stop for a second. You can't move Mahomes' money this year.
I'll be a journalist, sir, not a fan.
You can't move Taylor's money. You can't move Jones. Kelsey's already been paid in a roster bonus. You can't move Trey Smith. You can't move Jalen Moore, Creed Hummey, Drew Tranquil, Mike Dana, Kristen Fulton. They would have had to trade him. And Marcus, Hollywood Brown, Nick Bolton, Karlaftis, Butker, maybe they could have saved a few bucks, but they didn't have the cap space to make any difference.
What I'm trying to, just hear me out. I'm trying to let you hear from fan side and from everybody else side. The fans are saying, I don't want to just call them like they trying to whip their woman in the fan, because nobody on Chiefs Blitz, we don't think you're trying to get your woman in the fan. We enjoy your comments. We enjoy everything you saying out there. But also, as well, man, they are saying that, all these other teams are making moves, and Chiefs and what they holding Brett Veach accountable for is that you sign function. And you saw that cornerback from the Chargers. We ain't seen him play yet. You know what I mean? You saw you signed what's his name, Mitchell. He ain't even played. That was your key free agent acquisitions, and they ain't even playing right now. You know what I mean? These are guys that you got on the books that's holding you back from trading anybody.
There's no value there, dude.
Well, Fulton, I would agree with you because they paid him a little bit, but Elijah Mitchell got like the veteran minimum.
Yeah, he got it.
And evidently there's something that he is not able to do physically or mentally that's not allowing him to get active. So I'm not going to say too much about that. Now the Fulton thing, that's a whole other ball game. Now he's been kind of an injury prone guy his whole career. So that could have somewhat to do with it. Maybe they didn't expect Noel Williams to develop as quickly as he has. If he has, I mean, he's a rookie.
Terrible last week.
I would have loved playing him against somebody on the line, on the defensive line.
He's going to have his struggles.
Like giving that third round to Breece.
But again, if you take it so far out of context, again, you don't know who's available. If it was just some body somewhere, what are you giving up for that person, right? If they're any good. You saw New York, they got a little full of themselves. Hey, if the Colts are going to give us 2 firsts a player for Sauce Gardner, hey, if Dallas is going to give us a first and a second for Quinnen Williams, hey, this is Breece freaking Hall here. Maybe we can get more. So again, I hear what you're saying, and I hear what the fans are saying too. I think we're trying to give the other side of it, not making excuses, but sometimes
that's all I'm trying to do. I gotta give both sides.
I'm going to say one more thing on this topic.
I'm looking at this, and I'm trying to give a point I'm trying to speak for the people in the chat, and also trying to give a clarification as well. So
they're not wrong. Listen, everybody's entitled to their opinion, and you're right. Every comment is important, but you got to remember, and this is what Carl Peterson taught me decades ago. The NFL is a business, and the money has to fit in order to make it. Now, the Eagles get away with it because they do voidable years, which creates potential, cap situations, and they got to release guys, but they stockpile draft picks. So
the other piece of that, Nick, and again, not every owner is the same. I said before, Clark, I'm sure they have a specific budget. I'm sure Howie does too. But if he goes to like billionaire Jeffrey Lurie, who has shown the propensity to say, yeah, you need this, go make it happen.
Well, so is Clark Hunt. He's done that.
I think in my mind, there's a little bit of his dad in him. To me, from what I've read and gone through, whatever, Lamar is a little bit of a penny pincher, just as a personal thing. And Clark, I think, might have a little bit of that in him. Now, again, I think that's why they don't really use the voidable years in their contracts, is that they don't want to have a lot of dead cap.
Correct.
Thank you, Lou. So let's get to the next question.
Please,
You're welcome. Will the Chiefs finally lose the AFC West crown this year due to the improved performance of the Broncos
What the
and
fuck?
Chargers?
They are 7-2. They 7-2 right now.
They're 8-2.
8-2. Yeah,
The Denver Broncos are kind of what we talked about this before the show. The Broncos are kind of like what the Chiefs were last year, winning all these close games. Listen, in Denver, they're furious with their quarterback. You know, he has slowly digressed. In each game, but they've won what, 6 in a row? So, seven in a row. And with a quarterback rating of less than 70. I mean, I don't even know how that's possible. Yes, they have a great defense highlighted by Benito. He is a beast. Phil, I mean, their defense
could be a historical defense.
Yeah, it could be. It's superior. It's the best defense in the NFL, and it's not even close at this point. But you can't deny that this is now a numbers game going forward. The Chiefs have to beat the Broncos both times. That's it. There is no other scenario that would get them to win the AFC West.
Unless in the playoffs.
No, they'll get to the playoffs. But there's no scenario that I don't care if they're the 7th seed. No one's going to want to face them. But they got to, if they want to win the division, they got to beat Denver twice. And they got to hope that they play better teams. Now, I think they play the Packers, but that's a home game, and the Packers should probably win that game. So if they lose 3 more losses,
are almost as inconsistent as they are.
Yeah, exactly. My Super Bowl is not looking really good right now, Chiefs and Packers.
And without all-pro tight end Tucker Kraft.
There you go. Just stated.
And then the Chargers
gone too.
The Chargers have played better. I'll give them their props, but they lost Alt for the season. They lost another running back last week. They were very unsuccessful in getting any kind of offensive help. They did pick up a guard to kind of shore up the other injury they have. But I mean, I think it's the Broncos division to win or lose. I think if they beat the Chiefs next week, then honestly, the Chiefs have no chance to win the division unless the Broncos just have a 4-game losing streak and the Chiefs have a 4-game winning streak. The numbers don't matter. You can be mad about how crappy the teams are they played and how low scoring it was and how it was just fourth quarter mistakes by the opposer and then the Broncos jumping on it. We can dissect it all you want to, but the fact is 8's a good number. And I think the Broncos have a 90% or 87% chance of winning the division if they beat the Chiefs. They're going to pour everything they got into this game, and the Chiefs better do the same.
I feel like it's going to be hard to catch them because the Chiefs, the Chiefs got the Broncos and they got then they got the Colts that's coming up as well, and the Cowboys. People say what they want to say about the Cowboys, but if they just fix the key things on their on defense, they'll be fine. They will, they'll just slowly turn it around. But other than that, man, I think this year, this is the year the Chiefs don't get that crown, but they still make the playoffs when it's all said and done. But they got to finish out strong. If they don't finish out strong, we can be looking at the Chiefs sitting at the number 15 seed in the in the draft. Go ahead.
Due to the record, the 8-2 record from the Denver Broncos, I get what y'all saying. I really do, because like I said, y'all not worried about the player Bo Nix, which I am, which you have to worry about the QB play because he is the captain of that offense. The way they playing right now, they playing just this inconsistent type of football. It's not gonna last long, gentlemen. I'm not worried about the Denver Broncos right now. Patrick Surtain's out, man. They playing decent right now, but let's face it. They play a better team with a better offensive production. The they win that game. Any team playing better than Geno Smith, any team playing better than the Raiders wins that goddamn game. So for me, it's this: can the Kansas City go out there and get the job done? Yes. Denver don't scare nobody. Their offense is not. They play high school football. The fundamentals is off. Bo Nix is horrible. He's horrible. I'm not worrying about the Denver Broncos. Now the Chargers on the other side of the ball. Yes, they lost Joe O. I get that, but they still play at a high level. Now, by the Chargers, I think the Chargers will win the division. This might be the year Chiefs might lose, but it's not going to be because of the Denver Broncos. It's going to be because of them Chargers. So
saying something.
Yeah, I mean, the Chiefs certainly have to win the rest of their division games, not just beat the Broncos both games. They'll have to beat the Chargers and then beat the Raiders again. So, the odds are certainly stacked against them. They haven't done themselves any favors because now they're two back in the loss column. That game on Sunday is just, I mean, I'm not going to say it's the season, but it certainly would put them out of the odds to win the division at that point are going to be about 5 or 6%, 7% if they lose that game. Now, if they win it, now all of a sudden they're one back in the loss column, and again, then the noose starts to tighten a little bit on the Broncos. Second-year quarterback. I don't think he sucks. I think he's just a second-year quarterback that's having some struggles. They'll get it figured out. I think the reason why it's closer is the fact that
Dre say he sucked.
Denver, that man missing targets. That man sucks.
Denver has a real coach. Chargers have a real coach. Hell, the Raiders even have a real coach. So I mean,
we all got real coaches.
The play in the division has just really upscaled, and the Chiefs have just kind of. I don't know if they've relied on what do you mean by real coaches?
What do you mean by real coaches? What do you mean by that?
Well, you're
guys that are proven winners, guys that have built something somewhere else and basically from nothing. When Sean Payton got to the Saints, they had gone through just hell, and then literally with Katrina, and then it was just they got Drew Brees, started making some moves, and there you go, they win a Super Bowl. And the same thing with Harbaugh. Now he's won a Super Bowl, won a national championship, but those San Francisco teams, when he took over, were horrible. He got them rolling, got to the NFC Championship, got to a Super Bowl. So these are guys that have kind of been there, done that. Versus in the past, we've just had like a revolving door of kind of, hey, this coordinator was really good over here. Let's hire him here as a head coach, and it didn't work out. Then it doesn't work out again and again. And here Andy Reid is just pounding these guys into submission. So, just to answer the question, I'm still holding out hope. I think they'll get it done. But again, the odds are slim. I still believe in them. They lose on Sunday, then that's certainly going to go down to about 2 or 3%.
Yep.
So the next question.
All right. So are the Patriots 7-2 or Colts 7-2 more legitimate threats for the AFC's number 1 seed this year?
I'll go first here. I think the Colts lost Buckner, if I'm not mistaken. They put him on IR today. Their defensive tackle. That's a massive loss. Yep. That's a game changer. Yeah, they added Sauce Gardner, but they don't have that guy in the middle who's been playing terrific football. That means one less guy for Lou Anarumo. I think between the two teams, I think the Patriots are a better team. I think they're better coached. I like Mike Vrabel. I am shocked. This reminds me of when Andy Reid did in his first year in Kansas City, going 8-0 or 9-0 before they played the Broncos on Sunday Night Football. What he has done is terrific, and what he's done with Drake May is just absolutely incredible. The Colts went up against a good team against Pittsburgh, and they're not even a good team. They're an average team. I'll say their defense is woeful. They still got a gunslinging quarterback who made some nice plays, but to me, the Patriots are far more scarier in a postseason game than the Colts. I do think Denver was going to fall off a little bit, but I think I would not be shocked if the New England Patriots are the number 1 seed in the AFC.
Yeah, I won't be shocked. But looking like the Broncos. I know they playing ugly. The Broncos are playing ugly, but you win championships off of defense. Now, if your offense choose to have a bad day,
Patriots are coach, sir.
I know. Saying I say one of those twos, but if it had to be more of a threat to them, I'd have to say the Broncos when it's all said and done. Because if the Broncos face New England, I think they hold them down, and the Colts they'll hold them down as well. But again, it's going to come down to the offense. But when it's all said and done, I think the Broncos have that number one seed, and I feel like it's probably going to have to go through them if the Chiefs don't turn it around, Coach.
I think New England got Gonzalez. We talking about Patrick Surtain. We're talking about Gonzalez, man, number 0. Man, they shut down guy over there, man. They got their defensive line is legit too, guys. We got a good defensive line over there. And we talking about Booty, and we talking about Diggs over there, man. They have a great offense over there, man. Drake May's playing lights out football right now. And again, Buckner going down, though, Nick, is real big because in order for the back end to eat, the front end got to eat. So when Buckner been gone, yeah, it's gonna cause some commotion, but they still got a potent offense over there, Indy. But I'm gonna go with New England, man. I think the way New England plays right now, they're playing balance on both sides of the ball. I'm going to go with New England. I think New England is gonna be the number 1 seed.
So is Denver part of this question?
No, I just mentioned Denver because I felt like
he just threw it in there.
Well, the Broncos certainly have the best unit of the 3 teams. Their defense is better than any other of the units that those 2 teams have. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, the Patriots have the schedule. Now, granted, they went into Buffalo and they won. That's a legitimate thing to do. They haven't done that in years. Kudos to them. I love Mike Vrabel. This was one of the teams that we looked at, probably going to be a playoff team. Didn't think they'd be challenging for the number 1 seed, that's for sure. But I would say the Broncos probably would have the better shot. I mean, even last week, the Falcons, who were maybe the most infuriating team in football, you never know what you're going to get from them. They're a missed extra point away from that game going into overtime in New England. Yeah. Yes, the Colts went to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a tough place to play, regardless of who's on the field or whatever. They were fired up. They had the 2005 Super Bowl guys were all there. It was, it was crazy. They got 6 turnovers, but still the Colts had it as a 1-score game. So I would say if I'm throwing that 3rd team in, I would say the Broncos, I would feel more comfortable because I think their defense is better than those 2 offenses or those 2 defenses.
All right.
The last question.
Wow.
All right. And we saved the best for last because it certainly has the most words. I'll have to go to my ocular advantage here. If the Chiefs lose 2 of their next 4 games against the Broncos, Colts, or Cowboys, does their remaining schedule guarantee they will miss the AFC playoffs for the first time in the Mahomes era?
I can't see the Chiefs losing 2 of these 4 games. I think 3-1 is probably the most realistic part of it. I'm not as scared with the Colts nor the Cowboys. The Broncos are obviously the big game, but and then you come back. I think we're going to learn everything we need to learn about the Kansas City Chiefs a week from Sunday. They're either going to flex their muscles and they're going to say, "You're 8-2, yeah, right, we're coming," or there is a chance if they lose this game that they miss the playoffs. So I think it's do or die. I think they have to treat this as the AFC Championship game. If they're going to go to the Super Bowl this year, I'm telling you right now, they're going to have to beat Denver. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's what I think it's going to take, because I think Denver's going to get in the playoffs, and I think they're going to be they'll probably end up being the winner of the division.
Is it the Broncos after the Cowboys again?
They play the Broncos.
I think so. It is
Cowboys. No, they come back. They come back and they play the Texans and the Chargers. Tennessee.
Okay,
they come home. They
when
come
you say
home
the next
on Christmas
4,
night.
Broncos, Colts, Cowboys, and then who's the 4th?
Then after that, they have the Texans at home, and then they have the Chargers at home. They go to the Titans.
Houston is the 4th game of the 4 here that we're talking about.
Oh, and that defensive line is nasty.
Yeah, well, their team you know, they're not that good.
Defense.
Their defense is almost, I think, almost as good as the Broncos.
Almost as good, probably neck and neck.
I think if they lose the next two, you know what I mean? I can't say. You know, I can't say because Mahomes is Mahomes, and you know what I mean, and that's why a lot of Chiefs fans was pissed off with the trade deadline because they was like, look, you know what I mean, hey, we got all these other games coming up. We got a tough schedule. It ain't gonna be easy slating. And we got these lot of holes to fix, and you got the Broncos, Chargers, and all these guys are coming up as well. So if the Chiefs do lose their last two, I can honestly say this is gonna be the first time that they in Mahomes' era they will miss the playoffs, and also they will be picking high in the draft. And maybe that's their plan. You know, maybe they said we only got 5 picks and we want to make those 5 picks the highest picks. We don't know. But other than that, man, I feel like, you know, I still have belief and I feel like they get it done. But the next two is going to be a tough sled going uphill on a Mahomes mountain with a lot of snow that you can't get up with only sandals on with no boots. Go ahead, Coach.
It's over. If the Chiefs lose the next 2 games, it's over. Go ahead, get ready for the draft. Because AFC is too tight right now. Chiefs can't afford to lose, man. If they lose the next 2 games, it's over. You might as well go ahead and pack it up, get ready for the draft. Because it's too tight. So I agree. They lose. This is going to be the first time they miss the playoffs.
All right, so let's look at the AFC East. You've got Buffalo and New England. Probably both go to the playoffs, correct? We agree on that?
Yeah.
I think what it's going to come down to is, does the AFC South get a second team? Is Jacksonville good enough to hang around for the rest of the season? I'm saying no. So I think you're only going to get one from the South, which will be the Colts, right? So now you get the AFC North.
Right.
Steelers, pretty comfortable position right now. Maybe they get in. Okay. Do the Ravens come running? They've got 5 losses. Can they really run the table? I don't think so. I don't think everything is like, you know, the last 2 games. Yeah, they've gotten healthy. I don't know how much better their defense is. So let's say we only get 1 team from there, right? So now you're looking at the Chiefs really to make the playoffs is to get ahead of the Chargers. Right. So you got to beat them and then win a few other, you know, several other games. You've got plenty of games on the schedule. So, I mean, if you're looking at it that way, that 6 or 7 seed is going to be kind of open to them. Yep. So I'm not going to discount anything if they're losing, you know, a couple more games. It all depends on what those other teams are doing as well. But I believe that if it doesn't matter who the teams are, and I've said this ad nauseum, and you guys are going to get sick of me hearing me say it. Wherever the Chiefs play, they show up, they play, and it doesn't, not over their heads, not some crazy, oh my God, if they could just do this or just do that. If they play their game, they can beat anyone, anywhere.
Right.
And no one has convinced me otherwise. So I think they're going to win 2 or 3 of those games, probably win them, maybe win all 4. So I don't know what's happening during the bye week. Andy typically downplays it and says, well, I just give him the first week off. And then we're doing some self-scouting. There's a lot more going to it. The thing that angers most fans, I believe, outside of Brett Veach not making some magical move to throw one player in that's going to change everything, okay, is just sometimes the lack of urgency or just fire at the beginning of games.
Yep. On
either side of the ball. Sometimes it's the defense, right? I mean, like the first drive against Buffalo, it just seemed like they were just kind of sleepwalking through it. Hey, let's see what they're going to try to, where they're going to try to attack us, whatever. Offensively, you're thinking first 15. Now, again, if you want to be like the conspiracy theorist or whatever and start saying things like, well, Andy didn't want to show them anything. It's the regular season game, so they're going to come in very vanilla game plan. I have no idea what the game plan was on Sunday. That was just kind of a strange. You really couldn't see what they were trying to do, right? It seemed like just a bunch of different plays but there was no real plan going there. And you would hope that when they do that, it just looks like a knife through butter. And that's why I think people get so frustrated, because hell, we did this, on this week and now all of a sudden we can't do anything. So a lot of it comes to offensive line play, but I'd like to see the leaders of the team and the coaching get off to better starts and get rolling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll see, man. You know what I mean? I believe in this team. I believe they can get it done, but they kind of, like a lot of fans, like, hey, this is going to be a tough hill to battle. But again, you still have even though everybody's changed and getting more players and get more guys and get people to build up their team, but you still have the guy, the ultimate guy, the guy that's better than anybody that's on anybody's roster right now, and that's Patrick Mahomes. And when you still have that guy, you're still in this thing. But again, the division is getting tough. Broncos are looking like they're gonna probably they are 2 games ahead of the Kansas City Chiefs right now.
2 in the loss column, 3 in the win column, so 2.5 game lead.
So
they
got
played each other. So that's the good thing.
That's the good thing. So they got to come out and take care of business. But so if they take care of business on Sunday, then like Dre said, it's going to be a tough hill. It's going to be a tough hill to climb. It's going to be a tougher hill to trying to get up. You know what I mean? Like I said, up like you trying to run up the hill with sandals on, not just a regular the own sandals. They ain't got no support.
Not every team made moves. I mean, everybody's getting all hot and bothered. I think the Colts were really the only ones that did. New England didn't do anything. They're getting crushed that they didn't go out and get another wide receiver, another this position, that position. Buffalo really didn't do anything. The Chargers really didn't make any moves. The Broncos really didn't make any moves.
Arizona, we didn't make no moves.
So I'm just talking in the AFC, but yeah, in the NFC, Philadelphia made a few moves leading up to the big one, I guess. Again, on the outside, it looks like Jalen Phillips might have been the only guy that Vic Fangio liked while he was in Miami, so they go and get him. Maybe that'll help him. We'll see. I mean, he's a really good player. So yeah, I mean, Dallas made the bigger splashes, and they're not going anywhere. Right. Mm-hmm. So it's people tend to get like all excited about this thing. Like, we have to be in there. We have to participate. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure again that Veach was in there trying to make moves here and there, but there wasn't like any one deal that was like, oh my God, we were there till the end. And gosh, we really had to have this one guy and we didn't get him. We're screwed. I mean, that's nonsense. That's just crazy. I don't think that, like Dre said, me and Dre talked on the phone, and like you said, you know what I mean, the Chiefs been winning Super Bowls without Breece Hall, without a top running back, and they still been getting it done. And other guys too. My main concern was the D line, man. Like I said it against the Seahawks in the preseason, and I keep saying it until the season over. You know what I mean? It looked like when I see the Seahawks exposed the number one, team that was on the field, then the backups, then I was like, if they don't have no depth at this defensive line, it's going to be a long year. And that showed on the last game they played as well. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't get no pressure on Josh Allen when they needed to, and it looked terrible. And I thought, okay, they'll go out and go get a guy. But again, it's like Lou said, it's two guys. The two guys got to tango, right? If two people got to want to be a part of the party. If nobody want to trade with the Kansas City Chiefs, you can't be mad at Brett Veach or matter of the Chiefs is who is going to. I mean, if you have a really good offensive or defensive lineman, I mean, outside unless you're the Jets, I mean, who's going to be willing to trade a guy like that? Especially maybe one that's still on a rookie deal or one that doesn't make that much money. You've got cost control and all these different things. Those guys don't get traded. The reason that Quinnen Williams got traded is when the Jets aren't very good, and hell, they just saved themselves a bunch of money. They're not going to win anything, so why are we spending all this money? So now they got a ton of picks, reset their clock again, and who knows? Maybe they'll suck again.
So what they said, guys,
for the time being, but they got a lot of picks. They're gonna be exciting at the draft.
So what they said, guys, we'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you guys for joining.
Last thing, real quick. If you guys didn't see it, College Game Day tomorrow from Lubbock, Texas. Celebrity picker on College Game Day, number 15, Texas Tech's own Patrick Mahomes.
There it is.
Hey, want to watch that and see what he does, man.
Tune in. Patrick will be back home, back in his alma mater, making the picks on College Game Day.
So what they say, guys, we thank you guys for joining in. And thank you guys for always leaving your comments because we try to give you some loves as well.
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Peace.